Hey everyone, I'm Existence, and today Megaman and I are going to trade this Recov10 L battle chip up to a Protoman SP chip in Megaman Battle Network 6 Gregar, no matter how long it takes us. I could start trading from nothing, but I didn't want to take any handouts. Thus we need to acquire one battle chip. I completed the tutorial, talked to everyone in town, and read an email, so that I can get that chip and do the trading from the comfort of my own home, as we will likely be here for a while. After picking up a couple of bug frags, I got my hands on a Reflector-1A and promptly replaced one of the Recov10 Ls with it. Recov10A is worth 3,000 zenny according to Tab's chip order prices, and since L is a worse code, I'd personally value this chip at around 2,000 zenny. Without further delay, let's get to the trading and get rich. I hope you enjoy. I figured that hosting a trade room would likely yield more opportunities for trade. Plus, sending a request would force me to press a button 3 times every few seconds or so, which is absurd for this challenge. The host timer is 5 minutes, which is more manageable, and I'm semi-able to divert my attention to other things while waiting around. I had a well put together list of Tab's chip order prices made up for me by a fellow net battler. Pass by word. Thanks, bud. Even with that list though, I had to be fast to respond to offers, as I found that other people are quick to change their minds and leave the room soon after joining. As a result, I found myself looking at the screen for longer periods of time than I wanted to. About 15 minutes after starting, I got my first offer. I would give this player my high-value Recov10 L, and in return, I would receive nothing. I tried sending a request for about 40 seconds of real time, but in my head, it felt like an eternity, so I went back to waiting. After an hour of blasting my retinas with blue light, I got my second offer, and it was definitely worth it. The offer was for Longsword S. I would literally take any chip, but this was a huge score. Longsword is worth 9,000 zenny, so I made 6k in this one transaction. Thanks for the trade, soul. Now I needed to get rid of this Longsword. At this point, I figured I would start to get more offers, considering I had a better chip, and I was proven correct as about 30 minutes later a Mach-Gun 1R popped up, which would be a loss, but I gotta say, Alexander here was committed. He tried to peddle this Mach-Gun to me for a solid 5 minutes. Then he put up a Firehit 1F, which would also be a loss. Eventually, he gave up and left the room. There were a few more lowball offers here and there, like Fireburn 1G and Widesword S, nothing really worth taking. Eventually, I did get an offer for a copy damage star, which I thought would be worth a good amount of money, but the chip was only worth 4,500. Soon after that, I got somebody else who wanted my chip in exchange for nothing, and more offers that weren't worth my time. A couple more hours passed, and I was starting to get burnt out. I was about to call it quits for the day until I got an offer I would actually take. It was a Firesword Z. Tab sells Firesword O for 10,000 zenny. Z is an awful code, but I took it anyway. Thanks, bud. I decided to keep going for a little bit and ride the high of this trade, but I only got weaker offers like Bubble Star 1E, Area Grab F, and Train Arrow 2G, among others. Again, I was on the verge of quitting for the night when I got another good offer. It was a Dustman Mega Chip, which was not only a $3,000 profit, but a secret chip that also fills out my library a bit. I was happy with this and decided to call it here after 6 hours. I only hope that I'll be able to sleep with all the blue light exposure. Alright, day 2. I got up feeling hopeful. I say got up and not woke up because I was unable to fall asleep. Even with that, I was really expecting to get some good stuff on this day, so back to the blue screen. I had literally no offers for about 2 hours. Not gonna lie, that sucked, but my very first offer of the day was for a Gundelsel 3W, which is worth 15,000. A 2,000 profit. Monkey stuck around and offered up a Snake H for the chip he just traded to me back, which would have cost me for 5,000 zenny if I had taken the deal. I don't know if it was an accident or what, but if it was, then you're out of luck. Thanks anyway, Maki. A while later, I got another offer I couldn't refuse. It was a Slashman SP Mega Chip worth 23,000 zenny. 8,000 more zenny in my pocket. Ben Dawson? Thanks, dude. With such a high value chip and so close to my goal, I figured I could get the Protoman SP chip on the very next trade. It was simply a matter of waiting, and so I waited.
for a sound.
I got no offers for an hour, and when I did get one, naturally it wasn't the chip I was looking for. Battler Will came into the room with multiple chips to trade. He put up Gundel Soul 1M, Heatman EX, and Dull Thunder 2P, which, don't get me wrong, are fine chips, but I needed the best of the best at this point. A couple more hours passed, and in that time, my only offers were another area grab star, and nothing. Literally nothing. So I decided to end the day. I went to bed with my eyes bleeding, feeling irritable and disappointed that it had taken so many hours to get to this point. Nevertheless, I knew the nightmare would end soon. It had to. Day 3. I didn't want to leave the sanctuary of my bed. I was exhausted and not in the mood to look at that blue screen. In about 2 hours, the only offer I got was from Moonblade M. 30 minutes later, I had an interesting trade, a totally equal and fair one. I traded my Slashman SP for a Tomahawkman SP. The prices were exactly the same, and it was another secret chip in the bag for me, so I took it. Although I was happy with this trade, my attitude would sour over the next few hours as I only got a handful of offers, including Cannon A, Airshot Star, and Golden Hit 2U. I was starting to feel desperate. Then, out of nowhere, a friend saw I was making this video, messaged me, and offered to help me out. He went and fought Chad to get the final chip I needed, Protoman SP, worth a whopping 28,000 zenny, the most expensive chip that Tab sells. Thanks a lot, Copium Delight. It's very much appreciated. Mission accomplished. Now, do I feel accomplished? No. Not even slightly. But, with the power of friendship and random strangers from across the world, we did something. At the end of this dumb challenge, I had a total of 16 standard chips, 2 mega chips, and 2 secret chips in my library. I did around 14 hours of trading, i.e. staring at the blue screen. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe and leave a comment. Let's get to 1,000 subs. Thanks for watching.